So you're from the Netherlands, and
The Netherlands, yes.
where the rest of you from?
We're all scattered around the world. So we have a couple from the Netherlands, and I think the rest more Canada and the United States, and Paul representing Australia.
Yes, Eva and Paul. Yes, we're all online. Yay! Woo! Annika, how are you? Come on, you're famous. You got to unmute yourself.
Yes.
You got to. It's it.
Oh, sorry. Yes, hi. Hi, I'm good. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're officially a #1 best-selling author.
Yay!
Well. Who have thought that? And you too. You too.
And
we're
Ariana,
amazing.
yes, and Kim, yes. Thank you for all of your support. We couldn't do it without everyone's support. So I want a big shout out to everyone here with us today, and also anyone that's not with us but sees the replay or watching it live with us, on one of the other platforms, or just if you don't even see it, just putting it out there. Thank you for your help and support, because we couldn't do it without you.
It truly is. Thank you all. It is such a honor and blessing to share this sacred day, because it truly, we work on these sacred projects and we bring our story into the world, but this is the day we have been waiting for, because now it's our stories, this sacred book, going into its next evolutionary step where it is being shared with the world. And that's everyone tuning in, but also for us, it's a special day, and we feel honored and excited that we get to celebrate it with all of you, and we get to share this amazing day, because it truly is it's also, a new dimension for all of us, I think, of stepping into this vision, into this next step where we are an author sharing our stories, and we get to inspire. And I don't know if some of you, because we are in so many different time zones, I don't know if some of you in Australia already had a chance to go through the chapters or feel like sharing something that sparked your soul, because it's all about sparking your soul and seeing what inspires. And I don't know if you can see the chat, Paul, but if we are live on Facebook, if anyone feels like sharing something or asking something, feel free, and we will pop it in.
I'll keep an eye on that. So yes, I see some of the messages coming through. Now, interesting.
So
hang on just
those.
A second. Yeah.
Yes.
Just some people are saying no sound, so I just want to check. Hopefully we do have sound now. I think we do. So initially that was probably just initially. Yes. I'll keep tabs, and I'll let you know as we go.
Great. So that's amazing. So I am in sacred, let's call this a sacred circle where we share, because it truly is the birth of something new, the anchoring of new codes here on earth in our own unique way, us anchoring our essence, but also inspiring everyone tuning in to anchor your essence in more ways. So I am sharing my sacred cacao with you in the morning. And also on this equinox day, it are powerful energies that are arising. And I think this book comes in a beautiful time for inspiration, because we are all being invited to come back to a more essential part of ourselves. And that's beautiful, but sometimes also triggering, and sometimes also challenging. And it really, in everyone's journey, sometimes we need these reminders of what we are capable of as human beings, as beings of light on this earthly journey. And I think these stories, and I'm really honored that all of you shared your story, but I think these stories really help in that, because sometimes we need a reminder, okay, this is just another initiation. This is not a cycle. I am growing, I am expanding, I am stepping into my next level. And that is only why the universe is showing me what I am ready to release, what is no longer in service of my highest and best good. And when we can step into that space, then it empowers us. So on this equinox day, where we go into a new cycle, the earth also goes into a new cycle, whether it's summer or winter, because we have different parts of the world coming together also in this sacred co-creation, but it's honoring that. So and I think also cacao is always a beautiful way, because it's really honoring Mother Earth. And that's again a cycle with this book, and then I'll let someone else share, but the cycle with this book, because all the royalties will go to a good cause that will make the earth greener again. So we opening our hearts, our green chakra, and then giving back by empowering ourselves and standing in our light, in our truth, and then giving back to the earth in a beautiful way, where also the earth gets greener and we get benefits of that. So it's when we truly understand, I get goosebumps everywhere, when we truly understand that cycle, it's so magical. That's because when we are aligned with our hearts, we also take better care of our surroundings. We go into these tangible parts where, yeah, I think you understand, but I'm excited. So thank you for being here live and joining. And if everyone wants to share, feel free to unmute yourself or bring in your beautiful energy on this equinox day.
Eva, did you have a chance to read the book or anything yet? No, that's okay.
No, not yet.
The pressure's on, I know.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's interesting to hear what you have to say. So I will get back to you when I do read it.
Wonderful. Something also to note that and several of the people, I've had a few people talk to me today about trying to buy the book and they couldn't on their phone because, and I can't comment on this for all of the different countries, but I know for me here, I can't buy a Kindle on my phone. I have to go to my desktop. Kindle won't, Amazon won't let you purchase the book on your phone. You have to go to the desktop to be able to buy it. I'm guessing you did that. Eva, you were on a computer when you did it, not on a phone.
I actually, my sister's bought it. She's got the access. So.
Technology. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. So that's probably something worth mentioning.
She did it.
But in the end, it's about the stories reaching you. It doesn't matter how it comes to you.
That's it.
So
It's all good.
yay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's something worth noting too, because I know I had a friend that said, I've tried, 3 or 4 times and it's not working. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. And then as soon as I told her and she went to a computer, it worked first time. So she says, so that's worth
true.
noting for people.
Yeah.
Anyone who's
indeed.
watching the replay.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Thank you for
it's
sharing. And how is it for you three to be a launched author and to your stories being shared into the world? Because it's a whole different dimension. Like, I don't know how that feels. Paul and Ariana and Hanneke, like, yes, putting you in the spotlight for a moment to share.
My mind is a little bit mixed up about what was happening. I woke up at 5:15 or something like that because and I thought it was raining a lot, but there was the shower on the grass. It was on, and then I was awake and my head was it's launch day.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's beautiful because I think we all share our story because we feel that when you share from your heart, it inspires people to share from their heart and to find their inner spark as well. And it's not because I wanted to be an author or I want to be a best-selling author or whatever. It doesn't really matter. And there's still this part in my head. It's like, yes, you do it, woohoo! And it's a funny journey in writing this book and bringing more soul love into myself and speaking up. Since yesterday, my throat hurts. So I'm getting more into, speak up. It's good. Speak up your truth and speak up what you're here to do and why you're here on this earth. And I think we are all in this journey together. And we take all our own path. And I hope this book and the stories in the book will inspire people to get them to know themselves even better, more than they already do. Yeah. So it's good. It's a beautiful day.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Shir. But it is like there are so many dimensions that happen for us, but also for everyone tuning in. Like this book, it truly is like a multidimensional transmission. And as you hold it, things will happen. And as you go through these stories, things will be ignited within you, remembering, but also inspirations, but also harmonizing parts of yourself, healing parts, because we all share. Just like you tuning into this, we all have these cycles where we go through the depths of our being, where we are being challenged, where we are being, where we have all the emotions coming at us. And then it's knowing that it's part of our journey to see what wants to be seen, to acknowledge, to love these parts of us, because it's not, and I think in every one of our stories, it's not about pushing these parts away and clearing them as if something is wrong. No, you are beautiful in the totality of your being. And I think it's beautiful as you share, as we step into this space of sharing, you get to see that because there's power. In each and every one of our stories, you will notice that there's power in your challenges and there's wisdom to discover. And sometimes we need these eye-opening reminders like, okay, I am being challenged right now, but I know this is not the rest of my life. I know this is just another cycle. This is my soul calling me to step into my next level. And if you can see it from that perspective, things start to shift. And especially when you embrace it with love. And I've seen it with all of us and how we've grown through this journey, because it's each time reclaiming a next step of expressing ourselves, of sharing our heart stories, our sacred vibrations. And I really honor every one of us and also everyone tuning into this, because it means that within these codes, there is wisdom for you to gain. There are beautiful inspirations waiting to be discovered. And it's really like, there's one thing as well. I know when my first book came out, there's one thing. When you create a book, you already clear a lot of layers and you already step into this next level. But the moment it launches, it really goes out into the world. And that's really the next step, so that your throat is healing some things. I get that. It's getting an upgrade. And when you can, but that's the next cycle. Now it's not only,
Nobody told me that.
Yeah, no. But sometimes it's good to not always know it prior, because otherwise our mind starts to prevent. Sometimes it's good to just jump in with our yes and to say, okay, I'm doing this, whatever it leads to. But it truly is. Now it's like one thing to write it down, but now it's going out, and that's the next part. And we get to interact with beautiful souls about what we shared. And
that's beautiful in life as well. I think that you don't know where it goes. We just said yes to writing the book because we all felt something inside that said, yes, do this. And maybe for everybody, it was something else that was the yes, but we didn't had a clue where it would go or how it would end up. And nobody knows what tomorrow will bring or the next day. We just have to surrender in whatever will come on your way and on your path, and just embrace it with love. That's what we
beautiful
do.
Things open up like this.
Yeah, precisely.
I love it. Thank you.
Well,
thank you.
I can, yes, Ariana, thank you, because that is exactly what I was wanting to say, like all these things that are coming up that you go through, surrender, and then you can either go fight against it or embrace it with love, and also with a curiosity, like, what is this all, what is going to happen? Because also in the process, learning all these things, like how to even do such a thing, and with all these beautiful co-creators, the stories, but not only this content, also the beaming out into the world using this digital world as well. And then suddenly we're here, and now I feel this space, this freedom, a sort of new evolutionary. It's different than before this day. I don't know. It's this morning. I told it this morning in our group. I pulled open the curtains and I was like, wow, that was such a really radiant, very shiny rainbow for half of it. And then I went down like really quickly to get my phone, and it was gone because it was raining a bit. And it was also, there was a bit of sun, and it was so, it was really, and I just read about the article about the dragon and all these energies and the water, and then I was like, this is a good omen, to start the day. And there's a lot to learn, like I said, in the process, in what it all is, but it's also good to just let it be and let it come, and feel into it and jump into it when it's there, when you want it, So I'm very curious.
Yeah, but I love how the universe already blessed you with a beautiful rainbow in the morning, and showering you with codes, and you stepping up into, because it truly is, it's honoring our sacred yeses. And like we all experience, by saying yes, it not only opens what sometimes we think, but more things open up. And it is by us being willing to stretch ourselves and to step into this unknown, and just saying yes to the calling within our hearts, even though not per se knowing where it will lead to, but just knowing, okay, my soul is asking me to do this. And it's amazing. And it will unfold. And I think especially in this like this new earth way of being, it truly is about co-creation, and it truly is about coming together to share and to support each other, because we've all seen the power of also the last couple of months, because this project, it started in April. The inspiration for the book started in April, and now a couple of months later, it is here. We can hold it in our hands. It's amazing. And in that, we are also stepping into a new paradigm of book creation, because sometimes the paradigm was, okay, it needs to take a long time. And no, we can, when we do it with love, passion, when we are dedicated to our mission, the universe supports us in beautiful ways so that we get to make these beautiful gems in just the speed of light. So yeah, thank you. Paul, how was it for you? Do you want to share? Because you already have, like, it's your afternoon, so you already have a whole day of sharing and excitement and people celebrating with you, and a #1 bestseller in Australia.
Yes, I was a little worried about that, whether we'd actually make it. I wasn't so sure with enough Aussies, but us Aussies rally together as we do, and we made it. So Aussie, oi, 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 as we would say.
Yay.
And so that was good. And just talking about the book, something that kind of really touched me, a little story that happened. I got my father to purchase it as well. They've got an Amazon account, and he's not really into the soul love spiritual type things like that, but it was so heartwarming because he got the book. And then later on, when I walked into the lounge, because I've been doing other things, I walked into the lounge. There he is. He's there in his chair in the lounge, and he's looking, and he's reading the book, and I know he was reading it because I talked to him afterwards, and we were talking about the stories from one of the authors, and he goes, yeah, and I read about such and such and such and such, and so he was reading us like, wow, that's so cool, so the energy of it was kind of flowing out, and so he was. And he didn't just read a little bit, he was there for a couple of hours.
Wow,
so that was really cool. That meant a lot. And I think, honestly, for me, just to have the book as, firstly, I love the title, Soul Love, but more importantly, how it helps people. That's the big piece for me, because if one person, ideally more than one person, but if one person gets something that changes their life, then it's all worth it. But hopefully many people can find inspiration in it, and as we're all in this together. That's the way I look at it. And as we are all in this together, if we can, someone's story can help someone else. And the cool thing too is there's links to the authors. So if someone loves what that author has to say and goes, yeah, I'd love to connect more, I'd love to be able to, receive some of their help, their gifts, whatever it may be, because they can relate to them, they can do that. And I think that's something that's really wonderful about the whole thing too.
Especially because also in this time, a lot of people don't give themselves time to read a whole book. So now you can just read a chapter and then put it down, and you have the whole story. And when you feel inspired, you can read another. So in that time, it's also aligned with this time and space. But as you shared, I think you already inspired your father. Who knows what it awakens within him. And I think that's beautiful about this, because yes, it's soul love, igniting the spark within. But it doesn't matter where you are in your journey. It doesn't matter whether you identify yourself with being on the spiritual path or not, because these stories, they are our life stories. They're human stories of empowerment, of inspiration. And that in the end, it has to do with you stepping in, connecting with who you are, you choosing to be happy and to step into the space of, okay, this is what I'm here to do. This is what I'm passionate about. And it doesn't have to be something spiritual or something. So if you're tuning into this and somehow the universe has guided you through to this message, buy the book and see whatever is for you to discover, because it's not per se only, I love that. Like we get also for my own journey, like sometimes we can get inspiration out of just one word, and that one word changes the whole trajectory, my English sometimes, but of our whole journey. It can sometimes be one thing that inspires us so much that we say, now I'm ready to finally make the changes that I feel called within my heart, or now I know there's more to life, but it's being willing to open up. So I think, and check out all the authors, because many of us, we also have a beautiful win action. So if you buy the book today and you put in your order number on our website, you can win beautiful prizes, one-on-one sessions, online journeys. So that as well, we wanted to support you. And really, if you feel called to one of our stories and one of these teachings or many, check out the websites, because they're amazing, beautiful gifts there as well for you to discover. And it's all about taking this one step, and then when you feel the spiraling deeper into the essence of your being, into you igniting your spark. So yes.
You know, that's a really good reminder, that piece there, Kim. Thanks for saying that, because I was just checking out, how many people have posted in my little competition thing, and not that, quite a few people have bought the book, but not that many people have posted in the thing. So I'm going to have to remind everyone, anyone who's watching this, don't forget, if you purchase the book, put your name in those little, in my case here, look for the Akashic Records book and type in bought in the event, and then you're in the draw, so, bring it on, because
for 99 cents you get even more.
Yes.
US dollar cents. Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
That's what people love, eh? Buy one thing, get a lot.
Yes. But it can be a beautiful way to connect. I saw that with the last launch of my book. It was beautiful. Like, also the souls that won these things, they really, like, they're still very grateful for, because I think in that as well, the universe guides you, just like guiding to this book, also to when it's aligned for you to receive that gift in your journey right now, that inspiration, it happens. So yeah, thank you. Ariana, do you want to share something?
Yeah, when you were sharing, I just thought about this picture I once saw, and it's beautiful, because this is what we are talking about. It's a drawing of a person, and that person is igniting its light, and there's a lot of persons around that person, and slowly everybody is igniting his light and igniting, so that one person that's in the middle is the initiator of the whole bunch of people being ignited. So we never know what kind of ripple effect we create by creating this book together, where it will end, where it will, I don't know, we'll see. But It starts with us just igniting ourselves, and then trusting the universe that it will all work out exactly the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. In alignment with the higher plan. Yeah, I love that. Because it is. But also by us standing in our light, we get to inspire the people around us. When we go to the grocery store, when we walk on the street, when we are doing whatever we are doing. Yeah. So to be the inspiration. But also in that I always say, like, we're constant students of life. So we're never done learning, but this time is really inviting us to learn our own inner wisdom and to connect to deeper layers within ourselves, so that we get to ignite that spark and we get to inspire others. But if you're open and willing, then the universe is constantly blessing you with beautiful gifts of inspiration, so I love that. So that we can stand even more in this lighthouse, everyone tuning into this. So I don't know if people joining, or Paul, if there are comments in the chat of people asking questions, or if there's something that one of you wants to
there are indeed, and I'll just go through some of those. Of course, initially there mustn't have been any sound coming through, so several people talked about problems with sound, but Ruth, who is our editor for some of the authors, Ruth chimed in, so she's got congratulations. Dear friend of mine from Australia's Patty, she's like, woo, congratulations. And another friend of mine from Australia, obviously we're all awake, you see, so we're chiming in. The rest of the world's still waking up, so they'll come online. And dear friend of mine, Bronwyn in Queensland, so she says, congratulations to you all, and thanks for sharing and inspiring. So, and she's got a big happy little facey smile. So that's the comments that have been coming streaming through.
Yes, amazing. So, but I would say, if you're tuning into this in the replay and you want to ask us questions live, we will have more live calls later today. So one is at 4 p.m. European time. I don't know what's in Australia time.
Sorry, 10 p.m.
10 p.m. And I don't know
10
American time.
10 p.m. Western time. Yeah. So it should be,
yeah. So you can join us. So if you want to, or you can leave comments below this video and we can reply later, but feel free to celebrate with us, to ask your questions, to share your gems when you are going through the book. And if you want to leave us a review, that would be amazing.
And in the American part of that next call that you're talking about, Kim, it'll be 7 a.m. Pacific time and 10 a.m. Eastern time in the USA.
Okay. Great, because that's also the beautiful thing about co-authoring a book with people all around the world. We get to celebrate Soul Love 24 hours and more. Yay! So wherever you are in the world and whatever your time zone is, there's always a time to join us live. So thank you. I don't know if anyone wants to share anything before we are wrapping up this call or this celebration.
Do either I shared a little bit of read a little bit of my passage in the book this morning in one of my do either of you would like to just read a little section, little excerpt or something out of your chapter just to share with the world?
Yeah,
why not?
I have mine. I think I have the thing, the little one open. Okay, I don't know if the other ones want to find theirs on their computer. I have it already open, so I will share a little bit out of my part, and it's a channeled message that I co-created with the Flower of Love Council. So our deepest desires and highest calling constantly guide us to create something we have not yet created before, and invites us to let go of what no longer serves to awaken the brilliance of our lights. We are all in our unique way constantly being invited to stretch, grow, and expand into our next level. And that is what this book is also inviting us to do, to say yes to this next cycle within our heart that is calling us. And I think on this 21 September as well, it is a beautiful invitation. So, but I would say check out more, because the Flower of Love Council showers you with frequencies and codes of multidimensional love. So I would just check out the chapter. It's not only this part, but it's a nugget. And just check out the rest of the book as well, because it's truly amazing. So thank you. I don't know, Ariana or Hanneke, if you found a little piece of your chapter to share.
It's funny that my human side is kicking in. It's like, oh no, I have to do this live. Oh no, oh, what am I going to do? But I will see if I can find a bit. But I have to open it up first.
I get that. But it's I love, as you shared, it's the immediately stretch. So the Flower of Love Council is inviting us to stretch and to grow. And you're immediately being called to bring it into life. Yes. I don't know if Hanneke or Paul already have like a part of your chapter that you'd like to share, or. Oh, you're still mute.
I can jump on any time, but I've already sort of done some of my reading this morning. So I was going to let the ladies have their go, yeah. But if sounds like you ready, Hanneke, go for it.
No. I said okay, but I don't have it yet. I have to find it. So
I'll jump in.
Oh,
I'll jump in.
Yeah.
Okay, let me bring it up. So, I highlighted a few little areas. So in some of my experience that I was sharing with people is in essence, really to do with this, huge change that happened in my life. And so, and part of that was one, what I might say, a Kundalini awakening. And it was quite scary for myself. But, I read that little piece, some of that piece in the morning, but I'll just do the closing piece here, and it's just kind of where things are at now, and I want to be this in a celebration that now 12 years later, the universe has guided me to the most magnificent chapter. Being single again, new channelings are coming in, important teachings about our next level of conscious evolution as humanity, accessing the unified field, the field of infinite possibilities. This information and the associated techniques help you live a more unlimited life and bring solutions into your life in a more unlimited way, thus creating more ease and grace.
Beautiful. Yes, bring it on, this next chapter with illumination and ease and grace. Thank you. Yeah. But I think that's also beautiful in reading all your stories, and to also and there's a chapter called it as well, but to witness how we have all grown through our challenges, through our sometimes deep parts within ourselves, or life challenging us in deep ways, and how we have all grown through it and are stepping into this space of where we feel ready to share it with others, to inspire others. So thank you for sharing.
I found a piece.
Yay.
As well.
Yes.
Let me see where it is. All right. I genuinely believe that the answers we are looking for already reside within us. that when we as soul come to the earth for a human experience, we are all whole and complete. Our individual spark of unconditional love shines brightly from the start. It doesn't fade away as we go through the journey of growing up. What does happen is that various layers accumulate, acting as barriers and hindering us from experiencing our inner light to the fullest. These layers are a result of the conditioning we receive from our upbringing and the societal norms that surround us during our formative years. And it made me go on the journey of uncovering all those layers. And that's what I write in one of the layers I write in the chapter about which layer it was and from my upbringing and how I wanted to say get rid of it, but that sounds so, I embraced it with love.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get rid of it as well, but in the end that wasn't working. So I had to embrace it with love and compassion for myself and go deeper and deeper. And
Beautiful.
You can read that in the story.
Yes.
So buy the book.
Yes, thank you for sharing that beautiful part. And but I think it's also beautiful to see like what it does with us to write these stories down, because by that we're really solidifying our story, but we also get to heal another layer, a deepening layer, and we get to inspire. But it's beautiful how all of these stories, like the red line, how it all, like we all have different pasts and we all have different, but there's a beautiful red line going through all these stories that are so inspiring.
And you know, there's a very interesting point to what you just said there, Kim, because you know I've written lots of blogs and done lots of coursing material and all that over the years, but there's just something about writing a book, and I'm assuming this really ties into the book going out to a greater number of people is part of like a collective consciousness type thing. In writing the book, and I think you touched on it, Ariana, and I'm guessing the same for yourself. So please chime in. But in writing that chapter for the book, there was suddenly a whole new awareness came in, like this another energy that's in writing a book, and that's different to just writing something. I'm just going to say use a blog, and so I got a whole lot of insight when I wrote the pieces for the chapter, and a deeper understanding. So in a sense, a healing as well. But for me, really it's just a much deeper understanding of the process that I had no awareness of before. And it was thanks to the book. Did you have, I'm guessing you
Yes.
with the book? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
I think for me, it started by saying the yes. And in saying the yes, already things opened up that I had to deepen into before I could write a book. And then writing the book was even a deepening. So it's true, like you said, it's different, and it's healing, definitely.
But now also a new part starts, because that is what I noticed when The Flower of Love came out. Like I had a whole healing in the editing phase and birthing that book into the world. But the moment it got launched, also for me, a whole another spiral started of really, because I think there are so many teachings out there. But and I think it's beautiful also in this book, and I feel the energy and the goosebumps already, but it is with the deepening into one piece almost that we get so much more, because each day we reread it, we see different things. And that's also, as we wrote our chapter, you reread it, you tune it in on a different day, but by that you're almost like you're taking one teaching or one modality or one thing that you're putting out into the world, and you're choosing to deepen. And then you suddenly see also, and that's I think the beautiful thing about sharing our own story, you suddenly see patterns, you suddenly see new awarenesses about things that you have experienced, but now looking through a different lens. And then there is the component because it's a book, it will be something tangible that will live on forever. So that also has a different dimension instead of a blog. I also create blogs, but then in the end, if you really want to, you can just delete them again. And it will be somewhere on the internet, but it has it is more fluid, or more like this book it will also be a book we can hold, and so that will also be a very different dimension. But it's beautiful. And I think also in this time and space, we are being invited to deepen, to not only know with our minds, and I think that's what Soul Love is all about, but to really feel and understand with every cell of our body, with every part of our being, to become the embodiment of who we are, of our divine spark, and that's a whole different layer. But that starts, and I think in this journey that starts by deepening. So as you write your chapter and then read it, but also everyone tuning in, like not to produce a book, but just like Ariane, you shared last time, write your story down and see what happens, and then just read your story and see suddenly the red line you see through your life and through maybe certain cycles and certain patterns that that you can become aware of, because it starts with awareness. The moment you've become aware, you can choose to shift things in yourself. You can choose to embrace and love. And yeah, so thank you for all of you bringing that into this beautiful conversation. Thank you. Hanneke, did you find yours, or the part
Yeah,
you
I
feel
found it.
to share now? Yes.
Yeah, I found it. I was seeing which part I would read, and I will start at the start.
Yes.
At this moment, I'm navigating around the ripples of the stone, nestled within the palm of my consciousness. I'm flowing with the circles that encompass it. At times, I take significant strides, and occasionally the water guides me back to where I seem to have been before, or it pulls me downward into the whirlpool of further motion. That at least is how it appears. But nothing is as it seems. From a broader perspective, I know and can easily perceive and feel that these experiences, whether positive or negative, are opportunities for the soul to grow without judgment. And then a whole piece, and then it ends with everything is one. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, and in that space of without judgment, we can become aware of what is the true meaning or the true wisdom or the true pain in ourselves that wants to be seen. Or so I love that. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. That's exciting. And we just have a full whole day. This is just for European time zone, at least. It's just the beginning of the magic. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for you all saying yes in co-creating this sacred book together, you and all the other co-authors, and for everyone joining live and through the replay. Thank you for being here and infusing your frequencies and your vibrations and your questions and your celebrations and all of that. And yeah, I feel really honored and excited. And this is just the beginning of a new cycle of magic and wonder and deepening, and especially on this 21 September 2023, a remarkable moment. So thank you. I don't know if anyone wants to add something, but otherwise, yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you for sharing, and it was lovely to meet you. Meet you
It
all.
was. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if you're joining us the next one, or is that maybe too late in Australia time zones?
Getting late, but
Getting
did
late,
you think
yes.
Eva, you were going to be doing international phone calls today with international authors tonight?
Thank
Might
you.
be a
But
bit late.
let us know. Let us know when you have written some or read through some chapters, and let us know what sparks.
I will do. Thanks.
I want to say thanks because my husband is here and my sister is here. And without them, I couldn't have written the story, because they are part of me and my story and my holding space. So thank you for being here and showing up and supporting me and this book and whatever will come out of it. Because I've heard Kim said there's a lot coming out of it. So if I'm going to do a little bit crazy, hold me, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it really is. Yeah. And also in the introduction, but it is like a special thanks to all the people around us. Because as we said our sacred yes, we went through a new cycle of creation, a new cycle of letting go and discovering who we are. And so also for the people around us, that's each time, okay, how is that going to look like? So also thanks to all our family, friends, loved ones, everyone around us. So thank you for bringing that in. Beautiful.
Thank you everybody for joining us today. Everyone here, everyone on the replays, everyone on the other lives distributed around the place. And I've seen the numbers coming in and going as people have joined from the other remote streams, so to speak. So, so thank you everyone for joining us, and the comments that people have come through. We just a few other comments that have come through. Just really thank you for what we've been sharing today. So again, thank you back.
Thank you. Thank you. We love to see you in the next call, or just feel free to connect with us to share your insights and your inspiration. So for now, namaste, and enjoy your day, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you soon.